Words do carry its own weight. I imagine if you use superb to describe something, it does carry a sense of luxury, premium, and even supremacy. The Skoda Superb does succeed at that. And when you look at it, you definitely will know what I mean. This Superb is only 2 days old, and we'll talk more about it later. But I do have a lot to say about this Skoda.
Right off the bat, you'll notice its shade of blue. I am personally a fan of blue, and I think the shade of this blue is perfect in the sense that it's not too dark and not too light. It actually resembles our logo colours quite a bit. The Skoda words are in block letters at the back with a generous space in between, and you have the word Superb resting at the bottom of the boot itself. On the side of the Superb, both sides actually, you get to see this Lauren and Clement logo, which represents the top spec variant of the Skoda Superb model, adding a luxurious feel onto this whole car even more than before. Even the headlight has its own branding, as you can see from these Skoda crystal lighting words. The whole car doesn't feel very large, but at the same time it does give off the vibe that it's very spacious. Despite it being a new car, there is unlikely there's anything on the car itself, be it wax or coatings on the window, but we just wanted to play it safe and do a water beading test before we actually go ahead to prep the car for paint correction. We usually do this as a standard procedure for all the cars that come to us, just so we have a better understanding of what we are dealing with. In terms of, are we going to be removing a coating, is there anything on the glass panels itself, just to have a clearer picture of what we are dealing with actually. Now, just like any other appointments, we start off the wash with our rims iron decontamination wash. The products that I always use are largely the same. For our rims, we have always stuck to the SONAX wheel beast cleaner. The beast cleaner has a lot of purposes and uses. It can be used as a wheel cleaner or a paint fallout remover, but most of the time we use it to remove the brake dust from the rims itself. Despite this being a 2-day-old car, there is still some dirt and grime that is in the rims, trapped between the grooves. So as you can see, as we move the camera closer to the rims itself, you will start to see the wheel beast cleaner reacting with the dirt, turning purple. That gives us a sign of what dirt and what grime is there on the rims itself. Usually these are indicators for us to know what we are dealing with. If I proceed with the wheel beast cleaner and I see the whole wheel turning extremely purple, I might get a sense that, oh, this is a very dirty wheel, there's a lot of brake dust, there's a lot of contamination on the rims itself. So I might have to go this whole process twice or thrice just to remove as much as I can before I use a cloth onto it. So as part of our standard practice, we would use a brush to agitate all the grooves and also to spread out the product, the wheel beast cleaner, onto the whole rim itself. As the product starts to work on the rims itself, we will then rinse it off with a pressure washer and proceed to foam it once more for the second time. And only during the second time, then I will use a cloth to slowly engage and clean and wash the whole rim. And this is because I don't really want to use a cloth onto the rim without any pre-wash, without any ways to get rid of as much dirt and grime as I can, because I don't want to risk scratching the rims. It's something that we have emphasized a lot, and it's something that we believe in a lot as detailers, be it whether we are dealing with paint or the rims.
that we have finished the washing, we are preparing the car for the paint correction process, and this is the pre-paint correction inspection step. Now, I'd just like to spend a bit of time to talk about a new car. Now, when you get a new car in Singapore, usually the car comes in through the port. It might be stored somewhere like in a warehouse for a while, a period of time, while the registration process is taking, while they are doing the registration process. During this period of time, the car might get dusty, might get dirty. So before the dealership actually passes the car to you for the collection, they might just get a detailer to come over to wash the car or even polish the car if it's needed, to do some touch-up work before they actually pass the car back to you. Now, how good or how perfect your car condition is will depend on how much effort the detailer puts in, how much time does he has to work on your car. Not all new cars are in perfect 100% condition. Now, this car is just 2 days old, but there are still some flaws in the paint, and there are still some flaws in the cars that we can work on. Let me show it to you. For example, for this black door trim over here, if you just look at the reflection of the light, you'll see that there are some swirls that aren't removed, they are still present on this door trim. Now, these are scratches and swirls that might easily become an eyesore. And if you actually look at the paint, as you were inspecting the paint just now, there are some patches, some dirt, and some patches on the car itself that's caused by dirt. Now, all these, if they are not removed, they will become permanently stained onto the car. And these are the initial signs, the first few signs of water stains, watermarks being formed. So we are definitely not going to jump into coating it straight away. There are still work to be done. But at the same time, we don't want to be doing heavy paint correction on the car because the paint is new. We want to be refining the paint, not destroying it or cutting it. Which is why we are going to go with a process that is not too aggressive. It will be combining a red pad together with SONAX Perfect Finish to give us something that is not zero cutting, but something that's minimal cutting to give us the ability to remove all these imperfections on the paint itself.
Now for the black trims that we talked about, I relied on my iBreed Mini together with the Uno Protect that I have. Now these two are a combo that I use a lot for black trims. I have had very nice experience removing a lot of swirls almost to perfection with these two, and also because of the 3-inch specs of this iBreed Mini, it allows me to really clear everything without much worry of it damaging the trims or touching the glass because it fits so nicely within the trim lines. And for the Uno Protect, it does help me with black trims. I've had very positive reviews and experience using it in previous appointments as well. So if you realize, throughout all the videos, I've always fall back onto these two products. Now just check out the difference between the unpolished and the polished trim. It's almost like night and day. You get to see almost pure black on the polished one, while the swirls and scratches, in my opinion, does become an eyesore if you stare at it long enough. Now, in addition to just paint correction, in addition to just removing swirls, detailing is not just about making the car shiny, making the car paint look bright. It's also about paying attention to the small other stuff, the little 1%, the small 5% of the car that actually has the potential to go and make the car to bring it to the next level. We are of course talking about the accessories of the cars, things like the rubber trims or the vinyl plastic parts around the car, or even the chrome pieces that might be on the roof of some cars. But for this Superb, today we're going to be working on the engine bay itself. We're going to be cleaning it with the KEMICALGUYS Nonsense all-purpose cleaner, and then finishing it with the KEMICALGUYS VRP, a protectant that is made for vinyl, rubbers and plastics, hence the name VR and P. Now after we are done with most of the exterior, it's time to focus on the interior. Now you might think that a 2-day-old car has nothing much to work on for the interior, but as I was saying just now, sometimes the dealership would just engage a detailer to clean up the car, to touch up the car. And unfortunately for this case, the detailer previously might have been a bit careless with the way he cleaned the interior, because I noticed a lot of overspray in the car itself. Now overspray is this issue where you actually use a spray bottle, maybe you didn't aim it properly at the cloth, or the product that is sprayed out of the nozzle might be a bit too large of a surface area and it reaches the seat and you don't notice it. So there are actually small spots on the seats itself that are telltale signs of this small little mistake. Now if the chemical that is sprayed onto the seat is very acidic, or if there's soap in it, it will dry up and eventually cause stains on the leather itself, and we definitely do not want that on a new car, which is why this interior cleaning is actually very important even though this car is only 2 days old. Now we are here at the highlight of almost every coating video on this channel, is the KENZO Box Opening. Now the KENZO is our top tier graphene coating package. It comes in a special box and has accessories such as the KENZO keychain and the KENZO wallet. Most importantly, it offers an unparalleled amount of protection, up to 5 years protection against your water spots, against your light scratches, and its dual layer coating actually allows it to give you that high level of protection because they overlay each other to create this mini network of graphene molecules that actually cover up all the potential gaps in between the first layer and the second layer. Now, we recently also visited IGL's HQ in Kuala Lumpur, and I would say that really the R&D that goes into each and every IGL Coatings product is actually very impressive, and it makes me appreciate the KENZO box even more. And like I always said, the KENZO box is something that I feel is a luxurious feeling, not just to the person having their right coater, but also as detailers. When you open a new box, takes out the new stuff, use a new sweet cloth together with a new applicant, Now, other than the graphene coating protection for the paint, IGL Coatings have been developing multiple coatings for various different products as well. One of which we have started to try is also this EcoCoat windows. Now, this windows coating is actually very interesting. It combines two different components together to give you the ultimate layer of protection. But it doesn't come together, it actually comes in two separate bottles, and when you combine it together, it gives you that protection you need to apply on the window itself. Now, we like it for its easy application and also the duration, the longevity of this coating itself. It doesn't cause the wiper to jutter, and of course it allows you to let the water bead off the windscreen. Now, the dream of every windows coating is of course to make your wipers redundant, and I think this EcoCoat windows does succeed in doing that.
thing on the video, we managed to capture the entire detailing process from the start to the finish, and we are very excited to share with you. What else would you like to see in our videos, and what comments do you have from our content? Be sure to share it down in the comment section down below, and we'll see you in the next video.